by Azzer paying one of the shadow giants or creatures in the gray a ball of obsidian, who granted you passage through the gray to Tenpug's temple. And after you emerged cold and nearly frozen, they offered you rest and succor in the temple. And then the next day, well, I think you guys are going to rest for about 24 hours and get your strength back. And then what was your game plan?
Well, he said he needed to show us something, so...
Yeah, we were gonna see what changed underground.
Ah, yes. All right, let's see here. So the next, I guess the next full day after you guys have rested 24 hours, so go ahead and take care of yourselves however you're doing for 24 hours later. So you should be able to get another set of healing spells.
Yeah.
Let's see, I can roll. Let's see, Paro here. He said he's going to join. He's in Alaska, so he might still be at work. So let's see. Who needs healing?
I believe Hakuu,
Everyone?
Azzer, and Alexander need it.
All right, Alexander, you get 3.
No, Alexander needs a little bit. That's about it.
Okay. Jibba, you get 6.
I got 3 hit points.
Yep. Azzer, you get 6. Hakuu gets 8.
Okay.
And let's see, we got one more here. Alexander, you get another 3.
Okay, I am fully healed.
All right, let's see.
Is it possible for me, once I'm done with my 24-hour complete heal, to go into a quick rejuvenation trance?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that for the next however many hours you want to do it for. All right, let's see. Who else needs hit points?
Azzer and Fedoparo, it looks like. I don't see anyone else in this area, so I don't know. Maybe others do.
Fedoparo gets 6.
Reversible?
I think everybody, Fedoparo, Azzer, and Hakuu...
Azzer, you get 10.
Nice.
I think Hakuu needs a little more till he can top off.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Also, all right. Everybody gets an extra hit point overnight, so you get 2 naturally.
Cool.
What happens with a critical fail on a healing roll?
Back. Instant death.
He can't try healing again tomorrow.
Well, at least we managed to recover quite quickly from the near-death situation all of us got put into.
Bastard snake man.
Well, at least you all can say that you joined the nearly fucking died club. Alexander is no longer the only person in it now.
That's almost nearly there. All right, so Pid looks like he's full. Oh, the next day, I guess, Fedoparo, he could cure a few more people. So let's see here. Heal. Spells. All right. Let's see here. Hakuu gets back 1. Who else needed some?
Still Fedoparo, Azzer, and
All right, Azzer, you
Jibba
get 6.
last, I guess.
Azzer gets 6. Jibba gets 7. Hakuu gets 4.
At least Jibba's comfortable enough to come with us into the building.
And Hakuu gets 1
Yeah,
more.
I wonder if she's gonna
Oh,
stay
she's
with us,
okay.
or she go
She's
out?
okay in here because of the water and the kind of the freshness now that the temple has been.
Okay.
And
I guess
and
during
you
our
notice that she's grown a little bit, and she's a bit more fully musculatured now.
And
nice.
if she's having any like issues, I could calm her current mood and adjust it.
Yeah, you guys can both roll. Or do you have that psionic?
I have the ranger ability to be able to make a creature's mood go from whatever it is to one step below.
Oh yeah, you could roll that because now that she's healed, she might be a little bit nervous being around the humans. But you could roll that. And do you have animal handling, Azure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
I
roll
don't,
that
I
too.
don't think it's a roll, Warren. I think it just happens. It's like
Oh, okay.
the ranger handling animals thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you and Azure kind of team up and start working with Azure, and ooh, Azure actually got a 1. Okay. So Jibba has now reached some maturity, and you come to realize that that time that you spent in the gray, if you remember last time you were in the gray, you came out, it was a long time. This is no different. You'll notice that it has been a couple of months that you were in the gray. A few months have passed. And in fact, let's see, where were you at last time? Let's see what the date was.
I haven't had the date in a long time.
Yeah, I gotta put it up here. Let's see.
I don't even know if I wrote it down in session 2 yet. I don't have it labeled.
All right, let me get the date here.
Warren, have you ever used a site called World Anvil?
You know, I've seen that advertised on some YouTube videos before. I thought I've used Obsidian Portal. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I used to use Obsidian Portal for my games. I guess World Anvil's a little bit more in depth.
I'm gonna share a calendar I created for my 5e game, just so you can check it
Oh,
out.
sweet.
It's a good way to just keep track of where your players are. You can create a calendar in World Anvil. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, sweet.
I don't mean to interrupt everything, but you said I had not enough proficiencies last session, and I don't know how to check how many I'm supposed to have.
Let's see. If you look at in the Psionics Handbook, it should show you. Do you have the Psionics Handbook?
I have a chart. I don't know how. I don't know how to
Uh,
read it.
let's take a look real quick here. Let me find the calendar real quick, and then, does anybody else have the Psionics Handbook?
I do.
I can get it. Where is it?
Yeah, maybe just let Pika know how many he should have. Did I put that date? Oh, there we go. All right, let's see here. All right, last time, what's the last date that we had? Do you remember, Azure?
I can open up the season 1.
All right, maybe giving me the last date was on there because I could calculate out from there how much.
Yeah, it's opening. Hmm. It's been a long time.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought it was Hexameron of
There we go. The
was it
last time I have it
Was it Silt's
is
Reverence?
Silt's Reverence, Morrow 8th,
Oh,
which
Morrow
was
8th. Yes,
which
okay.
was session 18 of 25 in
And it's
season 1.
King's Age, let's see, it's free
190.20, 190, whatever that means. 190.20 is what I got.
All right, yeah. Oh, because we're at free year -5. All right. Yep. -5. 190, 20. Silt's Reverend tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. So now we are all the way down to here.
Pika, I got those proficiency numbers.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's for your weapons, it's 2 initial, and for the levels that it progresses is 5. That's for
Okay.
weapons, and for non, it's 3 initial, and every 3 levels.
Okay, so I should have 5 non. Wait.
Once every 3 levels, should have
So I should have
6
6
non, and
and
2.
3. No, 3 because I'm at level. Or I passed level 5.
Are you level 10?
I'm level 9.
Okay.
So I
So
should have 3 because
There we go.
two
yeah,
weapons.
All
3.
right, Azzer. You can record this if you wish.
Which I
Even the time? All right.
don't know how to check my weapon proficiencies.
Your
The
weapon
time is useful
Fine.
because it shows you the waxing and the waning of the moons.
Okay.
Oh, I
So
see.
here's the
No
sun.
clue. I don't have any.
Silt's Reverence and a basis.
What is the picture?
That is Ral and Gothay and the sun itself.
Oh.
Oh. Well, I need to find the
So
proficiency.
Gothay always leads the sun, and Ral always is up first.
AD&D non-weapon proficiency.
Hey, worst comes to worst, Thomas can try teleportation again and take the dude to the moon.
Like, I could sacrifice myself for it, yeah.
Pika, I've got a link to a book that's got every non-weapon proficiency
Oh,
created by
that's
Dewey.
awesome. Send it to me. Yep, I found that one too. Cool, perfect. I'm in the right spot.
There you can see Ral and Gothay and the sun itself.
It's interesting.
Hyospur the lion is this King's Age month. So, all right, Zakara, are you feeling pretty good about your proficiencies?
I have no clue what to select. I have no clue what I'm reading.
Psionics can choose from. Plus, there's also the Dark Sun proficiencies, so you can always kind of pick and choose or read
I
through
found the
what you
list
want.
for psionics. There it is. That
Oh,
is
good.
not a lot.
Oh, and a
Plus-
lot of it is like kitschy too, like hypnosis and
Mhm. So I can probably take. I can take from general and psionist. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Those 2 tables. Cool.
and if your kit allows you to take from any other class.
Which I don't think it does.
During our 24-hour day, Azure just wanted to kind of go hunt and specifically wanted to look, grab a couple scorpions.
Okay.
Well, no, not like centipedes, not scorpions.
Oh, right.
Centipedes,
Okay.
and kind of feed them to Jibba, and just give her like special attention to these
All right.
centipede creatures.
All right.
Just
You'll,
play with it, you know.
All right. Go ahead and make your hunting check there. Ooh, all right, Azure, you managed to run out there and try hunting with Jibba, and she looks over at you and sends an empathetic, psionic feeling towards you that's like, WTF, bro.
Yeah. Can I try
Meanwhile,
again?
you could try the next day. However,
Okay, that's
the
fine.
next
Yeah, we'll
day,
be busy.
meanwhile, the Tenpug finally summons you forward to the area where you guys have been before, and wishes to relay that he's found an interesting part of the temple that's been revealed due to the water that's been rushing down through, and has actually carved away some wall.
Can someone mute the video?
Johnny,
Uh,
that's you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
What did I get?
Oh, so Tenpug was going to take you down into the temple depths, and as he does so, remember when you originally had descended into those depths, there was kind of those catacombs, and there was a little bit of area where water had leaked in, and then you had went around some tunnels. If let's see if I remember, if you guys remember this area here.
Ah, yes, pitch black.
And that's. I almost thought it was the mirror room for the size, but there we go.
Oh, there's. Who are they?
Sonic Echo.
So if you
Of the
remember this
past.
area, you guys had been in this kind of undercroft, and there was some pictures of it. Looked like it had been some sort of giant beings, and then maybe they had been involved in what looks like a combat of some sort. Well, there's a rift that's opened up into the side of the wall, and that rift is, let's see here.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that the Zakara. The only reason why Alexander was the only reason why Zakara managed to beat it.
Why was that?
Because you allowed him to transfer some PSPs through flesh armor to Zakara.
Ah, yes.
I found one that interests me called Scioncraft. I have no clue what that is.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I can't find a good place that says what it does.
We may have to look it up. Where was that from?
The Right Queen of Athas, page
Oh, okay.
44.
Right Queen of Athas. All right, let me look. I have that.
Cool.
Page 44.
Yep, page 44.
I was looking at Bright Green the other day.
Huh, interesting.
This proficiency operates in every way as spellcraft, but with respect to psionics. Its use is restricted to Psionis' characters and reflects disciplined study rather than racial memory. So whatever spellcraft does.
Spellcraft AD&D.
So you can see at this, almost at this entrance of the Undercroft, where the water was pounding down and it seeped through, and now you can see a dark hole descending into the depths.
Oh.
On the left? I guess so, huh?
It doesn't look like anybody from Tenpug's band has been down there, but he wanted to show it to you because of the things that you had discovered down in the Undercroft beforehand.
Johnny,
So-
can you route that through your headphones?
Oh, what?
Your video. We can hear it.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was turned down enough to where.
No.
Oh.
Can you
So
not
yeah,
put it,
so
do you not have
basically you can
headphones?
see water now
I'm
is
wearing them.
dripping.
You've seen?
Anyways. Sorry.
No worries. The water's pouring down into the depths, and you can hear kind of a deep trickling sound as it's hitting what sounds like a little bit of a stream down below. And it's pretty dark down in this in the depths of this hole.
Mm.
I'll get a torch out.
It looks like the hole is wide enough that Jocus and Pid could fit through it, but it's a tight squeeze. They'd basically have to have their arms all the way extended up over their head so their shoulders could pass through. All right. Just 1 second, guys. I just gotta grab something.
I seem to always have a lot of extra psionic points, so I might be able to. The little guys might be able to, or normal guys could maybe check out and see if there's a larger room and then teleport y'all in. But I guess y'all can just squeeze through too. That's not an issue.
I'm tempted to
Or
take reading and
dimensional
writing.
door. Hmm.
I think that'd be funny. Taking reading and writing.
Alexander still needs to learn how to read and write.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think with old school AD&D, if you read and write multiple languages, you have to have the proficiency slot for those languages.
Okay.
So like, yeah, you could probably choose read and write for like common or halfling, but I think that's the extent of it. Unless you want to spend another slot to learn how to write in common and write in halfling.
There's so many options. I don't know what they all do. What does hypnosis do? Let me read that.
Yeah, I've got hypnosis. But my kit gave me a lot of proficiencies too.
Hmm. Ah. Let me take the generals again.
And if you want to take a slot outside of your class, it costs you 2.
Ah, okay.
So if there was something cool in fighter you wanted to take and it cost 1 proficiency slot, it would cost you 2 to take it.
I'm guessing 3 for ones that cost 2 slots.
No, it's double, so it would be 4.
Oh, okay. So 4. Yeesh.
You didn't like the psionic craft? I guess spellcraft is you can tell what someone's casting.
Yeah. Oh, I can do it on magic itself?
On
Well,
psionics.
it would be psionic, so you could somehow sense if they're using psionics and then what spell they're using
That might help.
with a +3 bonus for checking.
Yeah.
Does that make a difference whenever you have when whoever has the attacks and whoever has defenses? Does that help when you know what their attack is and you can use a special defense? Or I don't really know how
yeah,
those
you're
All
work.
right. Let's see
That would
here.
help.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
Okay.
That would help, yeah. I don't think I can just type it out, can I? Oh, I can. Scion craft. That is very useful. Ability score. I believe that's wisdom.
What are you doing, Zakara?
I am taking Scion craft because
Oh, with your proficiency?
yep.
That
Cool.
should allow you to identify if somebody's using a psionic. If you make the roll, you should be able to figure out what it is.
Yeah. And does
Yep.
that help me when I'm in a psionic battle to like see what attack they've used?
That would help, yes.
Oh, that'll help in the fights now. That's a good thing to use on like a turn I have 2 attacks with or 2 actions
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Are you talking about hypnotism or something else?
Scioncraft.
Scion
Ah.
craft.
There's a whole bunch of dead skeletons down in this room that the party has waded through before.
Yeah.
So Azure, you're at the edge of this rift and you can see water that's pouring down in the hole, and it seems to go pretty deep.
Can we climb down it relatively normally with a check, or is it
You would need some sort
more
of
deep?
rope or levitate or um
I'll throw a rock down. How far does it sound?
you
I think you-
count.
I think
It's
when you
about
throw the rock,
120 feet before you hear
Okay.
it clack down at the bottom.
I might be able to turn into some sort of aspect of some sort of animal to help.
we could ask Tenpug if he has a rope. That's 120 feet.
The old
Yeah.
120-foot rope.
Oh,
That's
that
common equipment, right? The 120-foot rope.
I think the common equipment is 50-foot rope.
Yeah, they don't. You know what's funny is they don't have a ton of rope here. They've got some ropes that hold together the tent things, but they're basically 10-foot lengths.
Azure has a 50-foot.
Warrant, do the skeletons have hair?
They didn't have they didn't have any hair, but they were wearing like old ratted padded armor and stuff.
I don't know. I don't have any type of proficiency with rope use, so I don't think I could start grading.
Hakuu was the only one.
Alexander's like Rapunzel. He's got a pretty long braid.
Yeah, it goes down to basically half of his shin, and I don't know how much it's grown over the course of the adventure.
Probably about an inch.
I think
Yeah.
I would accidentally pull his scalp off.
What aspect of animal were you talking about, Jocus?
Well-
I don't know. It's random. I have to roll on a chart, so
a chart. I love those.
I could.
We're getting into some wild magic, aren't we?
Oh gosh. I say I like charts when
What happens if Jocus like sticks his head in the hole, becomes aspect of whale? And
Is
just
it dark?
like
Is it dark in the hole?
Yeah,
it's dark in the hole. You can see just the torchlight that Azure's holding down in there, but it's not really illuminating very far.
Those are the
Those
20
animals are stupid.
Those are the 20 possible animals I could turn into.
Mhm.
Or have an
No.
aspect of them. So if like hypothetically I were to roll an eagle, I could possibly either choose to have wings or talons. You know?
Yeah. Where's an animal list in the creature? There's a list of Dark Sun animals somewhere.
What are they? Normal monstrous manual animals or something?
Yeah.
That's fine. It doesn't matter, Jocus. You would still gain the aspect of those, even though they don't necessarily exist in Dark Sun. Because we're looking at an aspect of it, not necessarily. You wouldn't necessarily
Yeah.
know what animal it's from.
I got you. Okay.
I do have the Monsters Compendium in hand.
Because
I can tell you what animal it is.
that some of these animals may have existed at one time or another back
Ah,
in
yeah, that's true.
ancient Athas. So, and psionics have been around as long as Athas has been around. So, yeah, you could always give it a try, Jocus.
All right.
Which one do you want?
Fuck
You
it.
doing that table?
It's random. I gotta roll. I don't get to choose. Let's see if I succeed. Nope.
All right. It looks like you missed your roll, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Just
So
healthiest.
you reach into the inner nexus of your being and struggle and try to render forth aid from an animal, but doesn't. All it does is sap some of your energy.
Motherfucker.
You were reaching
Jocus.
for the wrong animal types.
How many PSPs does that cost?
It's 7 to complete, but it's 3 every fail.
Oh, I guess that's not so bad.
Nah.
All right, Jocus starts sweating and does even worse.
One more time, and that's it.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, Jocus finally digs deep, sits cross-legged, and he turns
Crocodile.
into aspect of crocodile. All right, so you see Jocus's face starts to elongate like that scene from this is what Jocus looks like.
I guess if there was water, I would get a swim speed.
Yeah, you'd get a swim speed or a So this is what Jocus looks like right now.
Oh,
Beetlejuice. Awesome.
Beetlejuice.
So Jocus, you're now you've got a bunch of scales on you. You've grown a long reptilian tail, and your face is elongated with humanish teeth and nose. And
Oh.
you've got a very strong bite. And you're kind of like whipping around, but you're like a giant land crocodile that's bipedal. It's like you're a crocoman.
Well, I think the only option is to climb.
I could fly down.
Yeah.
Now Zakara's like, oh, I could just fly down.
I could just fly down.
Fly down, and then you have dimensional door.
Yeah,
Get us through.
I'll see how deep it is first, and then I'll come back up and place the
He said
dimensional
about
door.
120 feet.
Oh, I get dimensional doors just straight up.
Yeah, but if
Well-
you go down, then you know what it looks like, and then you can
Yeah.
bring us down from above.
What is that picture from?
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Have you seen that movie?
No, I'm talking about the one Warren posted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Have you seen that?
I only saw part of it. I've only saw a
Oh.
part of it.
Oh, you
Johnny,
got
next Friday-
that's
next
like your
Friday.
homework.
Oh my gosh, next Friday.
Yeah, that's a
Johnny, we're
class.
watching it.
It's a classic.
Yeah, that's like your homework, man. It's
think it-
literally one of the
Although I
greatest.
think it was the last PG-13 movie to ever be able to have a swear word in it.
Probably, but it's like the greatest Sunday afternoon movie to
What do
watch.
you mean? Every PG-13 is allowed to say fuck once.
My wife and I watch Beetlejuice like one Sunday a month, man. It's so great.
It's a good
Right before Greyhawk, man.
It really is such a good movie.
All right. So Zakara, what do you wish to do? You are peering down the hole, and
I'm going to attempt to activate my flight ability.
all right, go ahead, make the attempt.
Yeah. Ayo.
Ooh, all right. So Pika reaches into the nexus of his being, and you can feel that conduit of raw energy start coursing through. And as you do so, you imagine yourself becoming light as a bird, and then light as a feather, and then light as a helium-filled balloon, which you don't know of, but you know how to feel like, and you start to float off the ground, and then you can start to
Wait, hot air balloon.
move yourself about with your mind, Zakara.
Alrighty, let's see how deep this hole really is.
All right. Are you going down with any light source, or are you going down dark?
I'm gonna borrow the torch from Azzer.
All right. All right. Zakara, you start descending down, and as you do so, you see bright green lusciousness as the water is flowing into this deep. Looks like it was a ancient temple of some sort that was buried and maybe built over, and so it's looking like you're almost under a temple under a temple, and this is what it looks like. Can you guys see that?
Whoa.
Yep.
So you
Now
can
I'm
see
assuming it's
water
not
has fallen down, and Zakara, you're landing right about on that little platform next to the waterfall there.
the one
In the
just
middle
before
or
the
on the right
stairs.
side.
Yeah, on the right side, you can see that water
Yeah,
that's
And the
trickling
white.
down.
yeah, I
Yep,
can
the
see it.
white right there. And he's down about 120 feet, but you can see pretty well, Azure. You can see him down there on the bottom with his torch lit.
All right.
So you guys
Zakara.
have a good dimensional door ability now.
Is dimensional door one way?
I'll
Either
use it.
Azure could dimension to you,
I'll
or you
use it
could.
since I can. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Actually,
I'll
Azure,
go ahead and do it.
because of the scenario, you have a +2 to succeed.
All right. Where is it? Psionics. Dimensional door. I forget what the two different ones are. What's the system? Not that one, the other one. +2.
Ooh, all right. All right.
As
Azure
a-
opens up a dimensional door that lands right in front of where Pika's torch is. And yeah, you can basically, everybody can move through it, even Crockaman.
So I can fit in their
Well-
little dimensional doors.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
is this like
Not that
So
small.
did you two set up like two-dimensional doors at the maximum
No,
range of each
Azure
other?
just went ahead and did it when he saw. Yeah.
Yeah, when he saw Pika land, he just opened a dimensional door and you guys can all go through it.
Well, let's go.
So now everybody is down in this area, and you can see a series of stone rocks that step, and then there looks like mossy green richness, and then there's a temple with a stairwell that leads up that looks like it's been carved out of it basically is a petrified tree that has been petrified by the eons, however long it's been down here, and there's a carving basically chipped out of it, and there's an entrance.
Whoa.
I guess I just want to know if Jibba is coming along or not.
Make an
Or
animal
it doesn't
handling.
matter. Okay. Proficiency.
You could do a +2 because of the okay, you still succeeded.
Okay, +2.
Because of the ranger ability that Jocus used.
Yeah.
So, all right, Jibba looks kind of hesitantly at the door, but she steels herself, now fully grown, and makes her way through with your hand on the cowl of her neck. And you go through last, and you all appear down on this platform, and you're all being sprayed by a little bit of mist as the water is splashing off of the cascading falls that have started, and it actually even goes deeper down into the cavernous depths. But it looks like let's see, who here is elven and who here is halfling?
Me, Hakuu. I think
Zakara's
Zakara
elf.
is Elven.
Zakara is halfling, right?
Yep, I'm halfling.
All right.
I believe Hakuu is elf, and Fedalparo is half elf.
So Zakara, you once you get down here, you start looking about, and you get almost a intense pang in your heart, where you're feeling just an intense sense of longing and nostalgia, and it's a very strange feeling. You never felt something like this before, but when you're looking at it, you just feel like this is the true nature of things, and it feels peaceful and like you're almost at rest being involved in this.
This is how it's meant to be.
It's just stunningly natural and beautiful, and the essence basically is it almost strikes at the racial memory of your total ancestral being.
Warren, is the weather soothing to us, or is it uncomfortable because of our
Oh,
nature?
completely soothing. It's down here, it's extremely humid, but it's not hot. It's nice and cool, and the mist is spraying on you from the falls that because the falls kind of hit and bounce off the rocks and spray this mist out. If you've ever stood near a waterfall, you can kind of feel that misting greenness kind
Mm-hmm.
of floating over you, which to the battle hardened Azure and even Jibba a little bit. Although Jibba kind of likes it, you can see Jibba every once in a while just kind of shake her fur off in basically in ecstasy because it reminds her of her jungle home.
I start splashing Jibba.
Jibba Jibba kind of growls playfully, slashes at Azure, almost knocking him over, and then runs over, and then stops hesitantly looking at Jocus's Crockaform. And then Alexander,
Mm.
you feel a little
Crockaform.
bit like how small water used to be, because there was a spring in small water.
So, so Alexander kind of gets a little depressed.
Yeah, I could see Alexander being just a little bit depressed. And then in the heart of this petrified tree, looks like it's been carved into some sort of man-made edifice or temple or alcove. But you don't have a sense of anything foreboding.
Well, do you, well, looks like there's only one way forward.
Yeah, we don't have anyone that can check it out other than us just going in, huh?
Yep.
All right, as you enter, as you head up the stairs, you can see they're carved and they're weathered by many eons of time. And you pass through the threshold, and as you do so, there all of a sudden is kind of a ripple and a lurch, and the rock of the petrified tree starts to kind of crumble and crash and starts to flake off all beside you. Who is carrying the ruby heart?
Which one is that? Or what color?
That was the
Where's
object that was gained from this area here.
we can't open the party loot. It's not opening for me. I think it's
Alexander remembers it.
Remembers what?
The ruby heart.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jin has that.
Jin has it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just say Jin is with you guys. Just because she
When
should
we
be
get
here.
down there, she gates in from the
The
from the.
realm of fire. So as she passes, the ruby heart, she hands it off to let's see. How many of you guys are there? 1 through 5? There's 5 of you guys. Let's see. Jocus is 1, Alexander's 2, Azure's 3, Zakara's 4, and
What is the ruby heart?
2, 3, 4.
We got it when we.
What is it? A
All right,
stone?
so she hands it off to Zakara. So Zakara, you have the ruby heart. Yeah, it's a blood red stone that is.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the stone when you had like that. When you got bit by the snake and really wanted blood.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was when we got the ruby heart. It was surrounded by these giant jaws that whenever Zakara was losing, they would get closer.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that room.
You remember that?
Yeah, where I was fighting
Little
Ruby
bit.
Heart.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought Zakara was already carrying it, but if Jin had it, that's fine.
Yeah, we gave
But
it to Jin because it had affinities with her fire stuff.
yes. All right. Well, she hands it off to you, Zakara, and gates back to the realm of fire. And
Oh.
She really loves
You-
the realm of fire, the plane of fire.
It was too warm for my blood. And that's saying living in a desert hellscape.
So as you enter Zakara, you feel almost a ripple, like where time almost rips through, and you can see that the stone of the petrified tree is starting to crater off, and in the center of this area is a big stone basin that's filled with a brackish sort of water.
Huh.
Perfect for a crocodile.
You're willing to go for a swim?
Jumps
It's
in,
it's
smashes.
It's up on a pedestal, and there is it's basically a stone bowl filled with a kind of a brackish sort of water, but it's not. The water doesn't look poisonous. It just looks
Old.
not necessarily old. It looks mineralized.
Oh.
Can I stick my face in it?
But yeah, you could stick your snout in it. It tastes very much like uh mineralized water that's been running through roots and stones. And
Does it give you that like tingly feeling that a good mineral water would?
not really. It's almost tastes minerally, but it's kind of alkaline. Like it's not the healthiest water for this tree, and it seems like it may have led to some of the calcification of the wood.
Is there anything else notable around this stone dais?
Other than that, no, just this tree now is kind of creaking and groaning, and the walls of kind of this temple opening are kind of throbbing in kind of a heartbeat type of motion.
Zakara, can you maybe see if this tree has some kind of psionic ability that you can
I can try.
sense
Yeah.
anything from it? Contact it?
I guess I will try and contact the tree. Yeah.
All right.
Or use a proficiency to see if it has psionics? I don't know. Is that what? No, that just tells what ability it does have.
All right. Pika, you
Oh,
reach down
that one
into your
First
ability,
one.
and you do feel a psionic contact with the tree. It's a very strong affinity with the with kind of the psychic underpinnings of it. It's a different type of contact than you've make with any sentient being. It's very primal in nature.
Very final.
Primal.
Primal.
Yes.
Huh.
But you did make contact with it.
Talk to it.
Excuse me, but can we get some more information on what's going on around here? I've never talked to a tree before.
or visualize it. I don't know.
Imagine a tree. Imagine a tree with a mouth.
So you've made contact with it, but now that means just that your psychic essences are linked, but you haven't attempted to do anything. You could
let me
attempt to
see.
mind link it, or you could attempt to dominate it, or you could
Yeah,
attempt to.
I'll attempt the mind link. That sounds about right. I'll attempt mind link.
All right.
Hey, yes. Hey.
Oh,
All right.
very good.
What
Very,
are you
very
doing,
good.
Jocus?
Can I use my life detection to see if I could tell if the tree is actually alive?
Yeah, you could definitely do that. All right.
Very
Jocus, you start to reach down into the nexus of your being, and you put a hand out on the trunk right as Zakara tries to make a mental attachment to it. And Jocus, you can feel that it's almost as if your legs have now implanted into the tree, and you can feel your legs become roots, and they're sucking really hard, but they can't quite pull the moisture that they need. And you can feel from the tree via Pika's mind link.
Is this tree slowly returning back to life because of the huge torrent of water that
Or it
that's
has
now
an
having?
unquenchable thirst. I don't know.
I think it might be more like the water could be hurting the tree. It's just a guess. Or more like a suffocation or drowning type.
So Jocus,
Okay.
you and Zakara are kind of linked. You're linked with your life detection sense, and Zakara, you're linked with your mind link, and so you can kind of feel an empathy with this petrified tree, which is it's seeming to become more and more petrified as the eons go on, which is causing the tree a little bit of distress. And you can sense, Zakara, that just in your racial memory that the halflings and the some other races had lived in nature and had sculpted trees, but trees hadn't turned to stone before.
He is one very old and two going under a very unnatural process. It feels. It's turning to stone.
That does not sound good.
Like click. Huh.
You know, you're actually kind of right about that.
Huh.
And I feel an insatiable hunger.
It desire. It hunger. It wants more water.
It hungers for something that was taken
Hmm.
from
Wait. Huh. Doesn't when people don't when defilers use magic, they pull the life energy from plants, and
From the living.
doesn't that cause something like this?
I think they turned to ash, like we saw with the centipede man.
I think that's because he used fire.
Boys,
Could be. Ah, Hakuu, you are suddenly
Hello,
speaking.
Hakuu.
You are also extremely depressed.
I've come back, guys.
Hakuu. So Hakuu, you guys are basically you're in a deep cavern. I don't know if you can see this, Hakuu, but
Yeah, I'm driving right now. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. You're driving.
I'll show you what you see, Hakuu, here.
If I get the time to see it while I'm driving.
Yeah, please don't wreck.
Yeah, please don't get into an accident for D&D. Wouldn't be worth it.
Yes, and please do not try car surfing.
Yeah, no, it's I don't. Yeah, I'm generally good when I'm driving. I don't look into my phone when I'm driving.
That's fine.
Okay, so he can't see. Just have to describe
fine.
them.
So Hakuu, what has happened is the water that had carved depths of this undercroft of the temple had even basically penetrated deeper into a cavern of the temple that's even more ancient than the ones that you had previously excavated in Tenpug's band. And Azzer was able to dimension door you down to where Zakara had flew down using his psionic ability. And as you landed, you could see what looks like a beautiful kind of mossy and greenish area. And in front of you is a massive tree. And you're looking at the tree, and it looks like it's a tree of stone. Like it's basically a petrified tree. And out of it has been carved basically an entrance that looks like perhaps it was a temple of some sort or a dwelling. And there's a pillar in the center of this opening with a stone basin. And this basin has kind of a mineralized water in it. And you and Zakara have a deep, almost racial memory of almost a longing and a nostalgia for a time that neither of you remember, but it just strikes at the racial heart of your affinity as halflings and elves.
Man, that's
And
pretty cool.
well, as you entered the threshold, Jin had handed the ruby heart
Ruby Heart.
to Zakara, and as Zakara had passed the threshold, there was an audible kind of a weird ripple through the entire cavern, and the tree kind of groaned a little bit and started to shudder and flake bits of stone off of it.
Interesting.
Kind of make sure. Wait. Hey, Zakara.
Yeah.
What happens if you get the ruby heart near the pool of mineral water?
Well, let's find out.
Yeah. Wait, did you guys figure out? You guys' characters figure out yet that what I am, what I did last game?
We know you can use magic. We don't know you're a defiler
I didn't
yet.
realize you were a defiler because literally as you started casting magic, the guy showed up. So
A guy showed up and we nearly died.
the
So
only one
pretty
who
much.
was Zakara.
Yeah, that's funny is because as
Yeah.
you defiled, he defiled at the exact same time, Hakuu, so you got like lucked out. Because he his defiling shit all over your defiling, and I don't know if you're around for this, but you almost died.
Yeah.
I don't think he was.
It was almost a TPK.
Hakuu is at like -9. Jocus, what did you get down to?
-8.
Yeah, negative.
Yeah, they had
-8?
1 and 2 turns.
Yeah. Like literally, if Zakara hadn't critically hit his dimensional door and
gotten us into the gray.
and Azzer hadn't been carrying an obsidian ball, you guys would have died.
One question I have though, Warren.
Wait, isn't Hakuu also carrying an obsidian ball?
I think he is.
Yeah, so
I think
we
he might
probably
be.
so we probably wouldn't have died.
One question I have though, Warren. Are my tattoos still alright? Can I still agree?
Uh-oh.
Yes, your tattoos
Oh,
are
are
still
they?
good.
Okay.
Yep.
Still agree from them then.
You got burned pretty bad, but luckily Fedalparo was able to heal you.
Hell yeah.
And miraculously, your tattoos are healed as well.
Yeah, your tattoos heal back with them. Because they're permanent, so once your skin comes back, your tattoos come back. So you guys see Hakuu, even though he covers himself in rags, underneath his rags is starting to be swirls and whirls of different red and blue runic structures.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so what were you saying, Alexander? You were saying something to Zakara.
Yeah, you said that it noticeably it started shedding stone when the ruby heart got brought into
Just
it.
came
So
in,
what
yeah.
happens if we get it closer to the pool? To the
Let's find out. And I'm
Brackish
gonna put it
water.
near the pool. I'm gonna put it near the pool.
All right.
Not
So
in.
Zakara, you hold the ruby heart out in your hand, and as you do so, it looks like a black stone with kind of reddish veins on it. And as you bring it closer to that stone basin, it starts to kind of pulse in your hand, and the water in the basin starts to kind of ripple and dance and starts to almost leap up and out of the basin and back down into the basin. So it starts kind of almost like a fountain.
I'm gonna touch it to the water then and see what happens.
All right. As you reach the ruby heart over and touch it to the water, all of a sudden the water coalesces into a silvery metallic looking liquid, almost like mercury. And the ruby heart suddenly is wrenched from your hand, and then the water goes completely silver. But you can see with your mind link into the silver metallic basin, and the ruby heart goes from the reddish veins to a bright green vein, and the tree groans with an audible sigh of relief. And then the stone starts to fall away and return into wood. And then the tree starts to begin to sprout and leaves begin to grow. And as it does so, the silver water starts to kind of ripple a little bit. And then out of the entrance of this temple, you start to see little buds begin to form, and they grow into fruits. And there are a total of 4 fruits that grow off the side of this wall.
Are these fruits that we can like heal ourselves from? Or
Does anybody have herbalism?
I have herbalism.
Hakuu.
All right,
Yeah,
Hakuu.
roll for me because like I'm driving. You know.
All right, I'll roll for you, Hakuu.
-1.
All right, Hakuu takes a look at the fruits that are growing and makes the roll here. Herbalism.
Okay, he made it.
All right. So Hakuu, you can tell that there are 4 fruits of extra healing that have sprouted forth from the walls here
Hell
of the
yeah.
tree.
Azzer will take one
All right.
and pack it.
And as you look outside, you can see now there's a canopy starting to form on this tree that's now returned to wood, as its heartstone has been restored to it. And Zakara and Hakuu, you start to feel an overwhelming sense of contentment that you've never felt in your entire life, through all of the harshness of the Athasian, even being up in the Ringy Mountains where you could feel the trees and the essence of the trees. And Hakuu, you have run across the face of Athas as a member of an elven tribe. And even though you've lost your love, you've never felt anything that brought you any sort of peace, but this is the closest thing to peace you've ever felt.
Damn.
It is. This is very beautiful.
I cry, babe. I'm like,
Hakuu, you can see tears dripping from below his mask.
Oh,
But yes, there's 4 fruits of extra healing, and you can see up in the canopy that there's buds starting to grow, and it looks like they will grow into fruits of extra healing at some point.
yeah, this must be a very thankful tree.
Looks like it. So who is grabbing one?
I'm grabbing one.
All right, Hakuu, you've got a fruit of
Hakuu.
extra healing.
Azzer.
I'll grab one.
All right.
I'm gonna grab one.
So go ahead and put it on your sheet there.
Alex. Who else? And
Jocus.
whoever speaks up.
Alexander will take one.
All right, Alexander, you're going to take one? That's probably smart, because the strong ones can always stuff a fruit down the weak.
Yeah.
I'm usually on the back line, so.
I'm usually sneaking behind someone. Stabbing them.
All right, so just make sure to take the ruby heart off because now the ruby heart is in the tree itself.
Okay.
Well, we know where we can come whenever we need healing fruit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Tenpug's gonna have to make a way down, find a way to make a way down here to help take care of it, so that his tribe can help take care of this tree.
It looks like the tree is actually, Alexander, from what you can tell, now that the heart is back in the tree, it looks like the tree is able to gain its nourishment back again from the water that's now feeding it.
Huh.
It was starting to petrify, which was killing the tree, and the tree was pretty near death, actually. You could feel it, Jocus, when you were trying to feel the life force. And Pika, your mind link with it, you could tell that the tree was nearing its last days, but now it has been restored to kind of an ancient. This is the most ancient thing that any of you have ever witnessed on Athas, because does anybody have ancient history as a proficiency?
I'm actually not sure.
Let's see. Ancient history. Does anybody have that? Hakuu, you have information gathering.
Yeah, I do.
Give that a whirl. Oh no, you're dumb.
Damn.
Hakuu gets a massive headache.
From the crying, guys, okay?
Yeah, that makes it manly.
What about Fedalparo? He's with you guys. Oh, he has ancient history. Oh, he makes it. So let's see here.
What's he looking up?
He is basically studying some of the items inside of this tree where they've carved it out, because now you can see
okay.
that the entrance where the ruby heart is, it was basically lovingly shaped into an entrance of the tree, not carved or anything. It was basically kind of, you could see there was things that had been put there that had caused the tree opening to grow around it. And there's some, it looks like there's some ancient carvings in it that don't mean anything to any of you, but Fedalparo has a little bit of knowledge from being gated from the parallel mental plane of silt, which sometimes the silt has some secrets.
Hidden within the depths of it.
I added a picture. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, very close to how that looks now that it's starting to kind of grow back. So Fedalparo relays that this tree is probably the most ancient thing that anybody living has witnessed on the face of the planet.
Wow.
We cannot let this tree die.
Well, actually, Zakara, with your advice, Alexander, actually saved it.
Let it die, let it die, let it die. Let it die.
So, now what do you guys wish to do?
Well, I've done my good deed for the day. I'm going to be a bastard for the rest of it.
I wonder who. Wait. Who took out? If this thing was down here from the beginning, then that means somebody had to take out the heart.
Yeah, probably the people who made the upstairs temple.
Yeah.
You're Probably you had to defeat the people that were holding the heart before. Adler could probably reminisce who had held the heart before.
I don't remember.
That's okay.
Wouldn't it technically have been Zakara that would have?
He'd probably remember too, but it was quite a while ago that you guys recovered that ruby heart. But you had to fight. It was after you had left Yarmouk, and you had that little creature that was bothering you guys. But yeah, there was some nasty stuff that
Yeah.
It's
brought
been
you.
about a month in game since we fought or since I had the battle with the Ruby Heart.
No, it's been longer than that because remember
Really?
you spent almost 2 months in the gray coming to Tenpug's temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And we arrived just in time to save the tree.
Wait. So from that little battle with the centipede guy, it was 2 months between that and the temple?
yep.
Oh god, I don't want to go back to the gray.
Remember the gray time passes extremely quickly in the gray.
Oh
Although
god, I
to
forgot
you it
about that.
seems like it's only a number of minutes, but every time you go to the gray, much time passed on the primaterial plane.
Well, it means that we probably lost the dude for the time being.
Well, it means it's been about 2 months since the Sorcerer King's dead and we were in the clear.
Yeah, so nobody knows what's happened with that.
Mysterious band of warriors kills the
PC
Sorcerer
guys.
King, beheads him, and then vanishes without a fucking trace.
But if you
Fucking
keep in
God.
mind, like literally a day after you killed Tek Tek Title, Ram's armies were all on the march. So
They were
What is
on the
technically Ram
ball.
even doing right now since their Sorcerer King is dead?
nobody
No,
knows because
Drudge.
the last thing you
Drudge.
guys did was go into the gray. Oh, 1 second, guys.
Oh,
Hey
it's good to
guys,
see you
sorry I'm
boys
late.
again.
Are you at home now?
Yeah, I was driving back from work because it was a slow day at work that they let me off early.
Oh, okay.
I
So,
literally, yeah.
do we need to get out of town to keep Tenpug's temple safe? And
Is there? We'll have to see. Ask Warren if
do we
there's
want
anything
to?
else down here besides the tree.
Well, yeah, use your psionics to sense if there's more to explore. Maybe.
You
Yeah.
put a lot of faith in the psionics. To be
Hey,
fair,
I don't know what all psionics you
to
can
be
do
fair,
with
what
crazy
you've seen me
things.
do is take sand and turn it into like spears and shit. I've done a lot with my own psionics, to be honest.
You've also literally had the ability to freeze a person with a glare.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
pretty
I
much.
don't know if Hakuu was here, but Pid, like
Sorry.
you guys,
Hey, you're
Pid
here.
between Pid and
Yeah, I'm here.
between Pid and Alexander, I think they saved
Okay,
everybody.
perfect.
You didn't miss much. We saved the tree.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Pid, you guys managed to dimension door down into an area that looks
Ooh.
like
This.
this. Just so you have an idea of what you're looking at, Pid.
Ooh.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and and it is now back. It now actually looks like that because we put the ruby heart in it. We gave the ruby heart back.
Can you see that, Pid?
I saw it, yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right, so yeah, you guys were able to get some healing fruits out of that tree, and the tree is now restored to wood. And then the party was going to decide what they wanted to do next.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, we have a crazy centipede guy searching for us. We have
Is
no
that the
clue where
same?
he...
Is it the same centipede guy that almost killed us all?
Yes.
Yes, he's reportedly a fabulous tracker. So we might, and we told Tenpug about it. So, and
He had a
what did
very
what did one of the
interesting...
girls from Nimbine? Oh, we found out that he is probably, yeah, offspring of the Sorcerer King of Nimine.
So
Why
that's
don't we
not
just
good.
why don't we just use one of us as bait and I can just sneak behind that guy that's tracking us and just stab him in the back?
See, that's a great idea. Only we don't know where he is right now. It's been 2 months since we've seen him.
Yeah, because we got teleported into the gray, and we come out like months after we went in.
Damn. Wait, did I get
But
XP for that session, Warren?
Yeah, you did. You'll
It was
see it in there.
10,000, right?
For you. Let's see.
Alexander got a bonus 2,000 for saving a person.
Yeah, that's right. I had excellent. I forgot. I had to add that. Hakuu. Yeah, I think you got 10 grand.
Yeah. And then
Well,
So
we can divide
split
that up.
5 to 5 and 5 for each of your classes.
28.
Well, I think we should alert Tenpug of what's down here.
All right. Tenpug is kind of at the entrance, and he walks up to you, Alexander, and says, "So, braided warrior, what did you discover down in the depths? We had wanted you to explore first, since you had found the secrets of the original Temple Undercroft."
Tree.
He looks at you with his eyebrow raised. A tree, you say?
I think I'd be better to explain it since I connected with it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a massive tree underneath this temple. It looks like it's holding it up, for one. Uh, you know that little gemstone we found on our last little visit? The one that's black and red?
Ah, yes, the one that you had recovered from that had been causing some of the perhaps drawing the Gith in.
Yeah, the
It,
tree owns the tree has it now.
it was apparently its heart.
Its heart.
Yep.
It was such a beautiful sight that I cried.
You, masked warrior, one to cry. You don't look like you would shed many tears.
I
He doesn't
know.
look
Kriya,
like
This is
it.
how
Yeah, it was
amazing it
very
is.
weird. It was
Kriya.
very
He's
weird watching
lying.
him cry.
He says, "Kriya, take Hakuu into that tent and show him a good time."
Yes. Later, boys.
Ah,
Oh no.
Why we wanted to alert you of it is the tree appears to grow fruits of greater healing, of extra
Ooh.
healing.
hell yeah.
Tenpug comes up to Pid and says, "Is this true, large one? Does this tree indeed bloom?"
Well, it bloomed when I put the heart in it, so I'm not.
Yes.
No.
It
Wait,
blooms
he's
now.
talking to Pid. What?
Yeah.
Tenpug's a warrior, man. He likes hearing it from the baddest motherfucker on the block.
Azure
It
will
indeed
step up.
Oh yeah,
It was the
just
other way.
ignore the little guy who saved the entire temple by doing the psionic battle. Yeah, no, I get it, I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it.
You're badass, but you're badass in a completely different way than what he's looking for.
Yeah,
Probably just
Tenpug listened to Zakara the same way that Boromir listened to Frodo. So
you guys are assholes.
so he looks at Pid first and Azure second to be like, "Hey, tell me how it really is."
But yeah,
Oh, and Alexander
turns down that,
third.
yeah. That's
Probably
true.
Alexander second. I don't know. Between Alexander and Azure, they're both pretty badass. So
I mean, just from the state Alexander arrived in, he was still standing.
he says, he calls over to Sala, who is another halfling cleric, and he says, "Sala, your now mission in life is to guard and protect that tree." And Sala looks over at Azure and says, or over at Zakara and says, "Tell me, is it true? It's true there's a living item underneath the temple? A living tree? A real tree?"
Yep, it's
Yeah,
it's
but
really big.
He
but I think
grasps your arm, Zakara, and says, "Thank you. Thank you for recovering this. I know the warriors don't pay you much mind, but thank you."
hey, I think Tenpug, I think you should probably also make sure that this stays between within your tribe.
Yes. Nothing is leaving this tribe. Now, you said
Yeah.
you had mentioned a tracker.
Yes, and
Yes.
it would be better if we leave as soon as possible because we don't want to bring harm to someone who has helped us so much.
All right, Hakuu has a night of intense love with his newfound half-elf friend Kriya. But Kriya does have a little bit of information for Hakuu.
Ooh. What do you have for me, Kreia?
Did she give up on her boyfriend or whatever? or that's just what elves do?
That's just what elves do. I
Okay.
mean,
They tend to be real and
They're like rabbits. This is how they get. This is how they survive.
especially in Dark Sun, they are like fucking rabbits.
Yeah, guys. Guess who's the lucky one now?
Are they wrestling?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Pid. They are
Oh,
doing something called body wrestling.
Actually,
It is.
I think Zakara would be blunt about this. No, big guy. They're having sex. Tis the way of the world. I'm going to go to bed.
but so not only is Kriya just a mad lover, like I mean, look at her. Right?
She's clutching your balls right now, Hakuu.
Hakuu, even though he's elvish and he has his love that he's trying to avenge, Kriya has almost made him forget his true love. But yes, elves. So normally the chieftain of the tribe has a harem and has kids running all over the place, and so Hakuu has no basically loyalty to his love other than that she was taken unjustly from him. So
So he's seeking to kill. So Haku is seeking to kill the leader of his tribe for stealing the woman he loved away.
yes. This is why I'm such an edgelord, guys.
Look, 'cause you're
he
not
is a
again-
bit of an edgelord.
And again, this night with Kreia has made me feel so much better.
Jocus,
You still have not forgotten your need for vengeance.
Jocus, the halfling Sala gives you the eye.
The what?
The halfling Sala gives you the eye, Jocus. He's like, "Hey, big boy."
I would
Wait.
destroy you.
I would
The halfling saw. I gave him the eye. What kind of eye?
He walks away downcast. Okay, I'll go mine the tree. He goes down and mines the tree and laments after his big boy Jocus.
This basically summarized what he wanted.
Kid,
It's just
Tiva
Yes.
Tiva is like all over you, and she's like, we're both infertile. What do you say we go visit that tent over there?
His innocence doesn't
We
know how to
wrestling?
react to this.
We
She's a
wrestling
mule.
about-
She's like, I will wreck you.
I'm thinking of the Duras sisters. And,
Oh no.
Isaac looks over.
Klingon.
Isaac glares at Pid.
I'm trying. You want we
To do what?
you want her?
He was like, "No, motherfucker, I want you."
There's plenty. It's not a game. There's plenty of pit to go around.
It is
I
so
feel so
fucking
special now.
It is so fucking innocent. I love it.
Do not change the way you play
That's
this
all in his
character.
life.
Tiva's like, come over here to tent number 1.
Half guys nowadays only know throw action, be strong.
Brain not built. His brain not built for romance.
The next day, Pitt emerges and he's like, "That's true. Friggin' mules are friggin' badass. They could. God, no wonder they survive in the gladiator pits."
Oh God, what did he do to Tiva?
All right. So after everybody says, here's the thing. So all of you that saved Tenpug's band from the gift are basically like celebrity rock stars here. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have everybody and their mother wanting to basically, subscribe to your Instagram. I mean, they are literally like
They
basically
throw
just
gold and themselves at us.
they do. Yes, they do. They do. And now that you've recovered the tree, that now will provide Tenpug's band with a viable source of not only
Healing.
water, but now they can go down there and start farming some of those depths where there's the roots that have reached down. I mean, you basically have come into Tenpug's band, and every time you brought blessings of greatness, and so.
But we must leave before we bring upon a blight.
Well, that's
Yeah,
true
yeah.
because Dokjad is he's one hardcore mofo.
you might.
And
Does
it's best
anyone need
we're
to load up on some gold or silver? If you
Are we
want to add some, we can take that out of our party loot, and I assume we can make some gold coins out of the clumps or whatever.
Well, Hakuu also comes out of his rendezvous and has a little bit of information as well.
Does Kreia get out of the tent too?
Korea does, but she's still enamored with your tattoos, Hakuu.
Mm.
someone had a fun night.
I wink at her as I leave. Spank her a little bit too.
Go ahead.
Huh? Someone had a fun night.
Oh, Alexander. Ah, how was your night?
Well, I had a nightmare that I was reliving my entire village being
Alexander,
slain.
did you level up?
Damn.
Azure did.
Azure leveled up? Okay. How
Yep.
about Alexander?
No,
Alright,
he has
Azure leveled up, so your Tygone is leveled up.
229,092
What level are
experience.
you, Alexander?
8.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, once you get to level 9, you might want to reforge your blade.
So,
Azure, you leveled up and your Tygone got more powerful.
damn.
So there's no question that Alexander was having a nightmare of his entire village being slaughtered again.
Is that a full
So Hakuu, yeah, you had been told a bit of information from Korea.
So, my fellow companions, I think we might need to seek out the Sky Singers. They were here a week ago, and we might be able to seek out their camp and find answers to the ancient city that houses the amulet that Kreia had provided us with.
Yeah, I would feel a lot better if we lure that whatever that thing is into a fucking Silton grave.
We should seek out who? The Sky? What was
Sky
that?
Singers.
Singers? Okay.
But yeah,
That sounds good.
and I feel bad for you, Alexander, that you had a nightmare last night. I didn't really have a nightmare at all.
It happens every fucking night.
Oh,
What
I don't
about
know.
you, Jocus? You've heard this bit about chasing down the little pointy-eared people. Not as little pointy-eared as Zakara, but the semi-little pointy-eared people.
the lesser pointies?
Since Jocus has lost
The taller halflings.
since Jocus has lost his herd, he's kind of trying to adopt these people to make a herd.
Jocus, you have two. Now think about this, Jocus. You have two basically balloon heads, and you have two kanks.
Well, Didn't we lose one in the gray?
He showed up.
Yes, we did not lose our animals.
Yay, Toby is still here.
Toby 2 and Kankleton 2 are still alive.
And Jin's Crodlu. So you got a herd of 3, Jocus.
Wait, we lost Jin's Crodlu.
Did you?
Yeah,
he
when we
died
went
in
into the gray the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Is it 2? Kankleton and Toby 2? Or
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it 3?
Kankleton 2 and Toby 2.
Toby 2. Okay.
Toby.
They are the second. They are the second Kanks named Kankleton and Toby.
Toby Maguire? You mean Bully Maguire?
I guess I'll probably just hang out with the Kinks and Jibba every now and then.
All right. Jocus, you've built a pretty good repertoire or rapport with the Kanks. And so Toby and Kankleton now come to you and click themselves. And you can see that they're basically... Does anybody have the proficiency of brewing?
Brewing? Let me see. No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Well, Jocus, you can see that they are starting to, because they're getting plenty of water and everything here, their kank nectar is bulbous on their abdomens. And you can recall, you probably don't recall this much, but some of the elves recall and the humans recall what drinking kank mead is like. All right. Just a second.
Do you have to refine it, Warren, or can you just drink it raw?
You can drink it raw. If you drink it raw, it's very much like agave nectar.
Mm.
Or if you refine it, it turns into basically kank mead, which is basically about an 8% alcoholic. Kind of, it tastes like mead, but it would be like mead made out of agave, so kind of like pulque in a way.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
all right, guys, go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm guessing Kankleton nectar is as closest as this world is ever going to get to honey.
It's basically honeydew that aphids would make.
And this guy's named Tenpug, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure. Damn.
Here's a picture of Kankleton 2 and Toby 2.
Aw,
Bully
I love
Maguire.
them.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Gonna cry. Maybe piss your pants.
I love the Bully Maguire memes. They're so great.
I like the videos of dudes using those party poppers and accidentally firing them into their crotch. I find it hilarious.
Sorry, I was looking at something. Oh fuck. What am I looking at? Oh. No. No.
What?
You guys know Meat Canyon is, right?
Now?
Yeah, Meat Canyon. He's an
This is-
animator.
Yeah, he's an animator on YouTube. This is what he one thing he fucking did, like because he sometimes posts like art pieces, some of his like drawings on YouTube on the community section. This is one of the
Yeah.
things he did. You see it? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Dad's a space Nazi.
Yeah, you guys ever watch the show Invincible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Co-
Yeah.
Currently, I am Colin's only access to the show.
Yeah.
Damn. That show's pretty good. I want to read the comic
Yeah,
though.
I instead of space Nazis, I call them space Romans. Pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
technically, the correction thing would be Space Spartans.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Space
comic
Spartans.
was written by Robert Kirkman,
The guy who made Walking Dead.
I,
You know,
I,
Steven Yeun voices Invincible, the guy that plays
Yeah.
Glenn from The Walking
Mhm.
Dead.
Yeah,
Small
Oh.
world.
there's a lot of great voice actors on that.
oh yeah, they got Seth Rogen to play Alan the alien.
Alan the Alien. My name's Alan the
One-eyed-
Alien.
One-eyed tree frog man.
The strongest fucking being probably one of the strongest beings in Invincible. Doesn't Alan get stronger the more like near close death?
Whenever he gets brought near death and he recovers, he will always be stronger than he was last.
All right, let's see here,
Is he
guys.
still able to get stronger just by working out like Viltrumites do? Because don't Viltrumites get stronger the older they get and the more they work at it too, right?
Hmm. I just know that that
Who's your
Omni-Man.
guys'?
Was that?
What was that?
What'd you guys say?
Oh, we were talking about Invincible because I posted. I showed this picture of Meat Cannon's art of Invincible and Omni-Man. To look at it.
Also, why is he so short?
My favorite animator is Moses.
Moses.
You ever watch him?
I've never heard of him before.
Oh, he
but
does.
what-
Oh, I've seen some of this guy's videos. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He animates using action figures. It's really fucking cool.
he's so good.
I saw one
Literally.
of his I think I've seen one of his Wolverine ones before.
Oh man, his skeletons riding the motorcycles are the best. Like literally. Yeah, they're the best. All right, so let's see. What are you guys gonna do now?
I'm going to thank Tenpug for the night with Kreia.
All right, Tenpug says, well,
I'm-
Kriya will thank you doubly over if you find her soulmate, Nalan.
Oh. Okay.
I do have
Yeah.
one thing I want to do real quick, y'all.
All right,
I
Zakara.
want to talk to the heads and see if they know anything about this Dakja guy.
All right. Who do you wish to ask?
I'm
Good
gonna
idea.
ask, both of them if I can,
All right.
or Dukjat.
Jocus, are you gonna let them out of the? Where do you have them stowed?
The wooden
Alright.
crate.
Yeah, I think they're in a box.
All right.
We had a crate made, wasn't
Yeah,
it
there's two
stone?
crates off of
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
currently we have them in a chest kit that we got from inside of Tenpug's. Tut Tut Titlay's temple,
Oh, okay.
and we asked Tenpug if he could make 2 head-sized stone coffins that could be sealed permanently.
They can work on that. Yes. All right, Zakara. Sacha comes bounding out, followed by Wyan, and Sacha says, "All right, what you summoned me forth for?" And Wyan says, "Huh? So hungry. You have delicious blood from the elf? Oh, cut us a vein from that horrific elf, that we
Fact.
may feed."
Now.
Information.
Information he wants, Sacha. Information. You're right. We'll give you information, but you give us some blood out of the vein. We needs it. You've kept us locked in this box for God knows how long.
Thanks to you two, we're pretty much we might have every sorcerer king after us.
I will take the steel dagger, slice my palm open, and drip some over both of their tongues.
All right. Jocus, make a strength check.
Alexander will help him with that.
All right, go ahead.
Jocus fails.
So do we both make strength checks?
I
Yep.
have a 5% chance of failing, but it's still possible.
Okay. You were relatively close.
All right, Jocus. So as Zakara cuts open his vein and drips the blood into their outstretched tongues. They leap forward, and Jocus, you manage to yank Sacha, and Alexander, you bat Wyan out as they go for the cut wound. But they manage to lick up some of that delicious halfling blood, and they slurp and snarl at the bars of their cages, screaming back towards Jocus and at Alexander, and then they smile and say, "Ah, the perfect pure blood of the halfling. Ah, yes, halfling blood. Very, very tasty. Oh, if only the purity bringer had allowed us to kill the halflings too. We were the master race." And he looks at Alexander. "Yes, we were the master race.
The
Oh,
master race.
oh, that blood is so tasty. Now, halfling, ask your question again."
We were chased by a man who looked like a centipede. Uh, hard to describe. He had like tentacle. His
Wait,
name was Dokshot.
can't you beam your what you remember of him into their heads?
They don't have a brain. They don't have a.
He's from
consciousness.
Nimbine, we were told.
He is royalty. He is the royal son of the Sorcerer King of Nibene.
Ah,
That's all we know
ye
about him.
speak of the horrid spawn of Nibbenai. Yes, Nibbenai, traitor. He is a traitor,
Eh,
and he has spawned some sort of son. Well, one thing you'll know about Nibbenai. What do you know of the history of that? That is the traitor Nibbenai.
No.
Nothing. Tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
Tell
us.
Yeah, Alexander is gonna go stand out to make sure out here while to outside to make sure that no one comes to listen in on their conversation with the heads.
All right.
You want me to
All right.
you want me to go outside with you too, Alexander?
But you probably want to listen to Hakuu. This is interesting to you. Alexander's tough enough. Him and Pid can hold off anybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
you knew any of the history of Nibbenai, he was the most efficient tracker of all of us. He sought out his quarry and killed them all ruthlessly efficiently. It would not surprise me. No, it would not surprise us at all. No. Oh, exciting, this Dokjat. Yes. Now, Nibbenai never had a son while we were alive. He winks over at Wyan. No. Nibbenai had no interest, but a son, you say? Excellent tracker he is, yes. Very excellent tracker. Oh, but he can't be natural. Nibbenai had a proclivity towards the, how should you say, the perverse, the disgusting. He always sought out the unnatural among us. Describe this son of Nibbenai.
The bottom half of whatever creature you specified, I forgot what it was. 'cause I've never
Centipede.
An eloptopede or some shit like that.
Yeah,
What is
I don't
it?
remember
Hmm.
the words.
Well, you guys, I have to figure out what the word is.
What is the word that we are looking for?
Word is a word.
For some of you know.
It's like eloptopidus or some shit.
I didn't know that was important. I didn't write it down.
What the fuck is
It's very important.
I'm gonna check the chat log.
Oh, Cylops.
The Cylops. All right. You say he's got the body of a Cylops.
Yeah, pretty much.
But he's human.
I have no idea. Maybe he's like half human, half this creature.
It was disgusting.
His
that
torso is like
sounds-
5 feet long.
That sounds like the type of spawn that Nibbenai would cause. But Better to make haste and get out of here, because if you got a jump start on this Nibene spawn, it's only a matter of time before he tracks you, and if he's as strong as you say,
Hey, I'll be right back, you guys.
then he
You tell me,
might
I'll just tell you.
kill everybody here. Yes? Yes, he could, but there would be so much fresh blood for us to lap up.
I'd
Oh,
kill him before you even try that blood, you stupid heads.
Ah,
What did Nimine track in the old when y'all were annihilating everything?
oh, he tracked very efficiently. He tracked the small ones. They lived underground. They looked
The
a
small
little bit.
ones.
They looked a little bit like him. He points the nudges with his teeth towards Zakara. Oh, that's right. Yes, those little ones, even more spindly than the halfling there, but living mostly underground.
Oh, I think he's talking about the
Oh,
gnomes.
gnomes. Yeah.
Yes,
Or
rooted them out, dug them out of their burrows, killed them very efficiently. He hunted them, he did. Was rewarded by the purity bringer, and what did he do? He betrayed him. Ah, curses on Nibene.
How
Curses
did he
on
betray?
Galad. He was part of Boris's clan that betrayed the purity bringer. All of the usurpers. That's why we rejoiced when you killed Tek-Tuk-Title, Wemmick Annihilator. He deserved to go to the grave for betraying the purity bringer.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Why would he kill his Wemmicks only to betray Rajat? Why would he do such a thing? Why? Why? Now he's dead. We can dance on his grave. He's not even as alive as we are. Ah. After that, they sort of go into sort of a fugue state, Zakara.
Did
Well,
Nimine have any weaknesses that you knew of?
Now they've gone into they've retreated into themselves, and now they're just kind of floating there listlessly, almost as if the life has left their bodies or their heads.
oh, back in the box they go.
Yep.
They struggle against being put in the box. Jocus, you'll have to make a strength check.
Warren,
Do you
I'm
need
gonna
Alexander to come in and help?
no, I'm gonna use one of my psionic abilities on
All right.
one of them. I'm gonna inflict pain.
Oh,
All right.
interesting.
Go ahead and make the attempt. All right. Jocus,
Oh,
you reach out, and what is your inflict pain taking the form of?
Oh,
That
for
room,
fun.
that area that they had a lot of pain in when we
that
brought
that little
when they got
Oh,
brought
the
in.
forest.
the grove.
The little Feywild pocket plane we were in.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You reach out, and you can feel the nexus, and you can feel it welling inside of yourself, Jocus. And you reach out with all of the power of your being, and you reach out to inflict pain, stuffing the Feywild right down their gullets. And as you do so, you come into just a barren wasteland. It's like you're standing on the moon, and there is nothing. There's nothing but dead
Welcome
emptiness.
back.
And you start stabbing the ground, and you have fairies and pixies and nymphs and dryads start buzzing about, stinging and biting and singing and doing everything. You even
Warren,
have a
is it
unicorn take a shit, and nothing happens.
is it possible for me to like manifest and turn into like a tree ant and try to dig my roots into the
Yeah,
ground?
Ooh.
yeah, you definitely can. Go ahead and make the attack. Make the psionic attack.
Inflict pain again? Is that what you
Yep, go
want?
ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Aww.
All right.
It didn't work.
You can feel your roots dig down, and it's almost like they're digging through lava rock, and they just start. They're just searching and feeling, and you withdraw your nexus, and you can see that these creatures have no psychic ability whatsoever.
They have no.
They might it would you basically would be doing it to a rock.
Oh,
Oh,
I probably should have warned you about that one, huh?
Zakara, you notice Jocus kind of focusing on him a little bit, and you recall your attempts at interacting with them psychically.
Oh,
Jocus is fucking pissed.
I probably should have warned you about that. They have no psionic presence at all.
I'm gonna
In any way, shape, or
like
like, less than a
aggressively stuff them back into the fucking box.
angry.
Go ahead, make a
Angry.
strength check, Jocus.
I'm gonna fucking fail this.
Alright, cool.
That's what I
No.
was waiting for.
No,
Okay.
Jocus has a little bit of sweat on his brow, and he gets frustrated, and he grabs the balloon heads and he whips them around and just stuffs them down into the box and closes it, and then looks around menacingly. And then Kankleton and Toby come up and clack their clackers at Jocus and reach out towards his hand, trying to soothe him.
Oh.
Damn.
oh.
All right, yeah, that works.
Jocus, you feel a little soothed, and you put the box with the heads back on your knapsack and look forward to where you wish to go next.
Well, I'm gotta go.
Well,
All right, Alexander, where do you wish to go?
I was asking them how did asking the heads for information go?
well, we know that the Sorcerer King, Nibene, is a fucking freak. And he
Yes.
possibly killed, like, people who were scrawnier than me.
Scrawnier and shorter than you.
Yep.
Wait, I always thought. Wait, I thought gnomes were taller than halflings.
I didn't say shorter, I said scrawnier.
Ah. Okay, so
yeah, that's
I'm guessing. I'm guessing our next destination is the sunken city.
I would suppose so.
Let's look for the Sky Singers.
Yes.
Let's say farewell to Tenpug.
Maybe we can drown that bastard in silt.
That is
Alright.
the plan if we fail to kill him.
Hopefully. Or I could just stab him in the back.
All right. So Tenpug says goodbye to Azure, and of course, come on now. Do you know how Azure's goodbye to Azure, or do you know how Tenpug's goodbye to Azure looks?
What?
What?
Is
Come
it the muscle handshake from the Predator from Predator?
Everybody
Son
thinks
of
the
a
same
bitch.
thing.
It's just, you son of a bitch. Clap.
Everybody hears like the legendary echo of the clap, just like
The clap just as Azure and Tenpug grasp arms. Or
What is
meanwhile, Pid gets so excited he reaches his arm out to Jocus, and Jocus is like petting these kanks, and he's like, he like pinky swears at Pid.
Yeah.
what is Tenpug's like strength at?
Tenpug's strength is he's got the bigger bicep than Azure.
Is he like an 18 or a 19?
He
Usually
looks
20.
about as ripped as Alexander.
Damn.
The gift doesn't work.
Oh no!
Yeah, and Alexander is already on that is quite strong for a human.
And then post
19 strength. So like Azur's just like
So the party exits the temple doors, and as you do so, The question is, where is the tribe that you guys are looking for? That's the question.
Azure will try tracking. Did we have a general direction at all? Or did they? Probably not. They just went out of
You can
distance.
make a tracking check.
Yeah, I'll just do a
and
tracking
Jocus,
+4.
do you have tracking, Jocus?
I have hunting.
Let me see what I have.
I think I remember it.
Jocus,
I
actually,
have hunting.
Jibba with
I did it.
Jocus's help can add some ability to you, Azure.
Would trailing count? What is even trailing?
Trailing. Do you have that proficiency, Hakuu?
Yeah, but I don't know what that proficiency does.
I think it means you're good following behind without being noticed.
Oh.
That's yes, trailing, like if you see your prey, Hakuu, you can trail it as an assassin without being observed.
I see what it is. Okay.
So if you make, let's say you're trailing, and then you make your proficiency check, that gives you a bonus to your hide in shadows and move silently, so you can do a backstab.
All right. In fact, since we're gonna go out, do you think maybe I should just like do you think guys think I should maybe just like kind of like sneak around, like sneak and like run at the same time? Is that technically possible, Warrant? That I can like maybe sneak and run at the same time as we're like tracking these people down, just in case of that one.
You can move silently.
Yeah, just in case that one guy appears.
All right,
Whatever the hell his name is.
Jocus,
That's a lot of hiding.
you
Awesome.
failed so bad at hunting that. Yeah, you could make your attempt. Go ahead, Hakuu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember when that joke got brought into this
Playing game.
this
All right.
campaign.
What's that?
It was Hakuu and Shu that did it.
Oh, that's.
It was
All right,
except
Hakuu.
it was like these two very skinny orcs.
All right,
Very wimpy
Hakuu.
version of it.
Azure and Jibba start moving along, and Jibba's nose is to the ground. And every once in a while, she looks forward with her pale green eyes and motions towards you, and you just run off in the distance ahead, scouting, moving silently, and you sprint off in the distance with your long legs. And after about almost, oh boy, probably about 2 days of this tracking, you finally see off in the distance. You can see, especially you, Haku, the makings of an elven camp. Now, this camp is not of your tribe, but you can recognize that this camp is the Sky Singer camp.
Damn, I found it, guys. I found the sky. Wait, sorry, my nose is bleeding. I'll be back.
Oh shit! Looks like the two heads got to him.
In real life.
Well, maybe I can track us like that.
That's concerning.
So yeah, you guys can see off in the distance that the tribe is camped and they've set up their tents, and you can see their herd animals are parked nearby, and they've got what looks to be a rudimentary guard, but it looks like they've almost set up in the normal kind of elven stanchion where they're all heavily armed and they're all heavily on alert, but the allure of trading with the desert wanderers or perhaps robbing them always is interesting and luring in visitors. So unless you're the size of an army, they don't seem too concerned with stopping your entrance into the elven camp.
Well, unfortunately for them, we might have a one-man army on our tail.
Let's see. That's a good question. Does anybody wish to do a search to see if you're being followed?
Oh shit.
I should have.
Oh
I
no.
don't think I have any
Oh
proficiency.
no. Anyway.
Pid, you can hurl your axe. That's about that's about all Pid knows what to do.
You
Pulls
want me
his
to do
axe
that?
very far behind him, accidentally hits the person.
Do you want me to go for it?
What does Pid have for proficiencies? That's a good question. Pid's proficiencies. Oh, you should have more proficiencies than that. Pid is a 7th level fighter, right?
Yeah.
Pid, 7th level. How many proficiencies should he have? Non-weapon Jocus?
Oh fuck.
He's a fighter, right?
Player's handbook.
I'm gonna have to pick some proficiencies for you, Pid.
Yeah, sorry. My yeah, no.
It should be at least 4 weapon
All right.
and 3 non-initial.
3 non.
All right.
All right.
Let me see. Let me just get that chart.
General and warrior. Armor optimization, weapon improvisation, water find, bargain. What does Pid like to do? That's the question.
I mean, from how I've been acting him, he likes to eat and he likes to throw his axe
That's
and
true.
be drunk.
There's the eating and drinking proficiency from the humanoid handbook.
Oh, that's
Weakness
a good one.
identification.
Let's give him that one. Do you want eating and drinking?
Yes.
I do.
Or the brewing for the kink nectar.
Oh, I could probably take that.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
I still
related
have
to drinking.
I still have an open slot. I couldn't decide on my second one, so I could take brewing.
Hmm.
Let's see the fucking
Screw it, I'll
chart
do
in the
that.
player's handbook.
Oh yeah. Although Pid doesn't have very high intelligence, so he's not a very good brewer.
I can take brewing. I still have an extra slot, so I will do that. I have a 15 intelligence.
And I think
Oh,
eating and
okay.
drinking is based off of constitution. So
Was all that
Oh,
jotted
that's a good
down, or
one.
do I need to write that down?
Ow, ow, ow.
We can put it in there, Pid. Let's
Okay,
see.
thank you.
Proficiencies, eating and drinking.
Yeah.
What does it do?
That's based on what is it? Wisdom?
constitution.
Constitution? All right.
So you if you make your check, you can eat twice as much in the
Oh,
sitting,
nice.
and then eat or drink twice as much in the sitting, and then not need to eat for as many days as you consumed. So
Oh, sweet.
you could gorge and then not have to eat or drink for 2 days.
That's good for a half giant.
Yeah.
What's one other? So Pid has contact, brewing, eating, and drinking. What's another good one for him?
Intimidation could be either strength or constitution based, so that's usually good for somebody pretty strong.
Oh. What do you think of that, Pid?
What I miss?
That sounds good. All I need to do
Use
is stand there and just arch
He uses
my back a
axe
little.
throwing skills to make some checks.
I don't know if I'm just missing it, but I can't fucking find the chart for the.
Oh, Pid, you're a good intimidator. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 21 strength or something.
All right, Pid. You can intimidate.
Hey. Oh, I got hiccups.
All right. Well, Pid's used up 4 slots for his proficiencies because he's got 2 for his axe and 2 for his loadalist. So
I think I'm looking in the wrong place. I feel like I'll look at proficiencies instead of the class, right?
yeah,
So what I missed,
Warriors
Warren?
3-3.
Just came back.
we're just figuring out Pid's proficiencies. So
Okay.
So Pid is now proficient in intimidating people.
So
intimidating people, eating and drinking, and brewing.
the level that they gain other proficiencies is every 3. So
Every 3. Okay. So he'll gain another one at 8th level. Because he started with 3 at 1st level, gained another one at
No, I think
4th level, and
I
then he'll
think it goes
gain
3,
5th,
3,
6th,
6,
7th.
9. Because that's what mine does.
Someone is
3, 6,
either
9.
shooting
Oh,
a
so maybe he
gun
has
or
do you think he
setting
has
off
another one?
fireworks outside my house.
Probably setting off fireworks.
yeah, I
I
mean,
hope it's setting off fireworks.
even if it's 1 plus 3, Warren, he should have
Yeah.
an extra one because that would put him at 4, and he's a 7th.
So he has 4 right now: contact, brewing, eating and drinking, and intimidation.
Okay, that's 4 non-weapons. That's correct.
Yep,
And
4
he should have
non-weapon.
5 weapons.
Oh, okay, he could add another weapon then. Any weapon you're interested in, Pid?
Like adding an extra proficiency in
Yeah.
my axe.
You can't add any
You
more in
already
your
have
axe.
it.
You're already specialized in that. Plus your loadalist, you're already specialized in. So if you want to pick up another weapon, you can.
I could teach you how to use the net.
Ooh, that could help.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So now you're proficient in the net.
Yeah,
hell?
I throw rope blanket. Good.
No, jump good.
All right. Sweet. All right. So Pid. All right. So now everybody, you have just arrived. Hakuu, you realize that you've just arrived at the camp, and you can see off in the distance that there's some sentries, but it looks like they're only on the lookout for hostile type of beings like Gith or Braxat or anything that would cause damage to the tribe. But they don't seem
Adding-
too concerned with non-hostile entities or non-army sized entities.
Let's warn them about the potential hostile enemy that we have.
Yeah.
So off in the distance, you can see that there's a group of. It looks like there's one McKillet that was pulling the main wagon, and there's a couple of Enixes, and that seems to be the main beasts of burden that are pulling the other Argosies that this Elven tribe, but everybody else is just running and carrying a lot of goods on their backs. And it's a pretty happening place. You can see that the Sky Singers are a merry band of elves, and they're jocularly
Oh.
laughing about and having a good time.
My kind of elves. Well,
A
for the most part.
mariachi band of elves?
So you
So
can
Jo-
see just off as you guys are approaching the camp, there's a couple of traders standing nearby as Hakuu, you, and Zakara start to approach.
Hell yeah.
Wait, you
I
guys
say,
should
what's
do
up?
it with Zakara sitting on Haku's shoulder just to show that they're that they're friends.
Yeah, wait, Hakuu being on my, Zakara being on my shoulders? Do I even have
Yes.
the strength?
I don't
How
even know if
how
you
much
have the strength, Hakuu.
How much does the car even weigh?
I weigh like 90 pounds. I weigh nothing.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna do it
Let me double
anyway.
check. Let me double check. Let me double check my weight because it is actually written down somewhere. I weigh 78 pounds.
All right.
You could easily bench that, dude.
How strong are you, Haku?
Not at all.
13.
13.
I do it.
All right.
To throw that
All right.
thing.
So now, Zakara, you're standing on this tall elf. Because how tall are you, Haku?
I'm like
You
let's
got to
see
be over
here.
7 feet tall.
I'm like 6 foot tall.
You're an elf. You should be taller than that.
Well, I think probably I changed it a little bit because I think the previous player had it to like into a different like what was the previous player? The previous player of the Hakuu was a European, right?
Yeah.
So like let me check the specific one it was. I know actually I think
Because he probably had it in meters, right?
yeah, he had it in 198 meters. I don't know what the hell that is, the specific
Centimeters? No,
Oh,
I don't know. That doesn't
198
make any sense.
centimeters. Oh, yeah.
centimeters,
Okay.
That's not. No, I don't know.
So like I
That's
tried
6'5". That's 6'5". So you at least should be 6'5".
yeah, I'm 6'5" then.
All right.
Because yeah, fucking Europeans, I swear.
All right. All right. So Zakara, now you're sitting on the
Using
6'5"
baguettes for
elf's
wine
shoulder,
cooler instead of cheeseburgers
and
for
I feel so
Haku,
tall.
flag on the moon.
Haku, you rush into the camp carrying Zakara ahead of the rest of the main body,
Ultimate
and you
power.
see a Sky Singer trader facing you, and he looks at you and says, he looks at you kind of strangely, and then he sees the mask, and then he sees the halfling, and then he kind of raises his eyebrows, but then he raises his hand in a basically in a motion of thieves' cant, which I think you know, Haku.
I do know. I say what up, and thieves can't.
All right.
This is my friend. This is my friend Zakara. He's pretty cool.
He motions the thieves' cant to you. What tribe you?
I am of no tribe. I used to belong to one, but not anymore.
He makes the kind of derision and says outcast and kind of looks forlornly at you.
Wouldn't it technically be? He chose he outcast himself.
Well, yeah.
Either way, outcast.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah. Honestly, the tribe was kind of they were assholes, and so I kind of just I didn't agree with some of the things that they wanted to do, so I left.
All right, he makes the thieves' cant. You bring harm?
No, no, I don't bring harm. I bring joy.
Well, much trade to be have here, he says. You go search among the tents. If you're interested, there is music in the tent over there with Kank Nectar and Kank Mead. There, many of the evening's bazaars have shuttered for the night, but there is much entertainment to be had. He motions with his thieves' cant.
I asked him if thieves. I'm speaking to thieves can't with him the entire time. I'm saying like any elven women.
Haku, I think we have more important things that we need to find. Some information we need at the moment.
Alexander, you and Azure reach it, and the excited movement of elves, the tantalizing smells, and the sounds of merriment and haggling. You've stepped basically into an elven market, what it feels like to you. You can see vibrant colors and piles of exotic merchandise that draw your eyes from one stall to the next. In fact, there are so many things to see you don't know where to look first. After kind of making your way through the crowds, trailing with Jocus and Pid, kind of pushing aside the merriment elves that are laughing and dancing, and every once in a while you manage to grab a wrist and stop pocket from being picked. A few places of interest catch your attention. From the noise and smells, you can see that place over there to the north must be a tavern. It's been a long time since you've sipped fermented cank mead while listening to the haunting melodies of an elven lyrin. The tent with the loose flap and the yellow awning looks like a weapons dealer. It
Can't
always
hear.
pays to see what elf traders have on display, not to mention what they have hiding behind the counter. And wait, look over, what's that over there between the clothing stall and the tattoo tent? Is it? Yes. Ah, it's a tent of fresh fruit. Nice, sweet Tarange would taste good right about now.
Oh,
You guys have your player models out in the map at
I
all?
don't think so.
No.
I don't think any of us have it out at the moment.
I don't have my. I don't see any my my
So
miniature.
I don't
yet.
even know where Warren's talking. I can't figure out where the locations where Warren's talking about.
Okay, so if you look at the tavern is the big tent kind of in the center.
So,
And then
do you mean this tent?
yes, right there. And then it looks like there is a weapon. Nope, tavern's here.
Ah,
Weapons dealers here. Fresh fruit is over here.
okay.
But these
Nice.
two tents look like they've kind of closed down for the evening, and the tavern looks to be where all the bustling excitement is right now.
Hey,
Well, my companions, let's go to the tavern and have ourselves some fun.
Hakuu, is there any way that you could also get us an audience with the chief on that specific information that we came here looking for?
The amulet.
Apparently the city where
Or
it came
what
from.
was the city called? What was the city called again? It's called the what? What was the ancient city called again?
I don't know.
I'm sure you know. You've heard it.
Was
What was that word?
I have no idea.
Anybody?
yeah,
I didn't hear when he was telling you,
Yeah, I
or
didn't
when
hear one
someone
at all.
explained it.
And
It
Warren-
wasn't Bodok or anything, was it?
I know it's a city that's sunken beneath the silt.
Well, just say that then.
I guess I'll just ask him like I'll just tell him
Sunken city.
it's a city, sunken city
Sunken
of
Silt
silt.
City.
So yeah, I guess I'll ask that. I'm gonna
Hold
go
on,
to.
hold on a second here. So you guys are in the Elven camp. You've heard what sounds like the sounds of a tavern. Are you going into the tavern or?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go into the tavern to try to seek the audience with the chief of the Sky Singers, if possible.
All right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
do it like
You head
the
into the tavern, and immediately the haunting sounds of an elven lyrin are cascading out of the tent, and you get a sense of kind of homesickness, Haku, as you remember hearing that instrument in your own tribe. And you can see a beautiful elven female playing the lyrin, and she has kind of a haunting sound about her as she's singing a lamenting song over her lost love. And as you go in, there's an elf working the Tide bar that's basically a makeshift bar. And he says, "Ah, welcome. Nice to see outsiders." And he glimpses over at Haku and says to you in Thieves' Cant, "Ah, and appears one of our own. What have ye?"
in Thieves' Can I say to him, I seek information on a sunken city beneath silt.
He tips his head back and laughs, and you can see his numerous silver earrings in his ear jangle together as he laughs robustly. Alexander, you and Jocus and Pid are, you guys can get in the tent, but it's you guys kind of have to be ducked down. And you can see a number of elves that are sitting cross-legged on the floor around
Wait,
this
why does Alexander have to be ducked down?
female elf.
Yeah.
Only Jocus and Pid have to really duck down.
Yeah, I mean, you said
Alexander,
Alexander, Jocus, and Pit had to be ducked
Oh, I'm sorry.
down.
Alexander, you don't have to. You and Azure can walk in normally. Jibba is not feeling it too well, so she's off in the basically in the areas, kind of hiding amongst any scrubland that's over here. And you guys don't even bother to get many looks as you guys are entering the tent, even the half giants. It seems like these elves are used to non-violent types of adventurers frequenting their camps. But as you enter into the tent, you can see that there is a discussion as two of the elves in front of you, Hakuu, start speaking in Elvish, and one of them says, quiet down now, quiet down now. Perhaps we'll hear the story of Jessix and Slanagia. That would be something to behold.
6 and 7, yeah.
Well, as Jesserine is singing, she has been much affected by the disappearance of Slanagia. And they look over at Yuhaku and they say, "Have you not heard?"
Is this like an elven like folklore common among elves, or is this just like a local tale for these people?
It's local to us. The two elf lovers went into the desert on numerous occasions, often returning to us with magical relics of some nearby ruins. After their last trip, however, only one returned to the tribe. No one accused him of murder, although if you go out and you're responsible for your lover and she does not return, of course you'll be blamed. And the black stains on his hands are sure signs of his crime. So let's hope she sings of it. She has a much deep contact and commitment to the issue at hand.
Black stains. Interesting. I guess
That's
we'll
rumored.
hear it.
Yes. Jesserine, her sister was Lysania. You can see her forlorn look up there singing on the stage, and you can see that Jesserine is definitely drinking a bunch of cank mead, and as she's playing her lirin, it every once in a while goes into a discordant sound.
A second, I'll be back.
What are you doing, Jocus and Pid and Alexander and Azure?
What is there to do around here?
Well, you could always try your eating and drinking, Pid, because you're in an elven tavern now.
Oh, yeah. How much is it for a, how much would it be for a giant to have some food?
Pink nectar. Oh, okay.
Let's see. Well, does anybody have haggling?
I have bargain.
Yeah, you could make a bargain check there, Hakuu. As you
Let's see.
bargain with the tavern keep for. All right. So he says, a half giant. That's going to require a cask of cank mead and a whole side of crodlu. I'll tell you what. for 28 ceramic. I'll give it to you.
You got a deal.
All right.
Really?
28 ceramic, and Pid, you can make your eating and drinking check.
We'll give us a load. It's in proficiencies, right?
Yep.
Proficiency.
Oh, I know what I might do with Alexander.
Ah, I see it.
All right. Pid, as the money changes hands, Pid grabs the barrel of mead, cank mead, and the half of Crotlu, and all of a sudden just like plops down right there on the floor with a shaking boom that shakes the entire tent, and everybody just kind of stops and looks about, and then Pid just starts guzzling the cank meat and eating the quarter of Crodlu, and he just starts mowing it down and successfully just like gets gorged. And by the time he's done, he's hot and sweaty with the meat sweats, and he's just like laying there with a gorged belly.
Damn.
And he starts to feel like a small woodland creature with horns and backwards paws and diamond hooves because he's so excited. He's so excited. Like he just almost drifts into another delirium, like he's living another life of another creature that loves to eat and drink.
And
I would
he's
like
acting pretty silly.
Hey, does you said that the Jezerine
Yes.
had like a look of sadness on her? That she
Yes,
lo-
she does. Like and listening to what Hakuu had been kind of relaying to you guys as because he's witnessing all this in Elvish, but he kind of relays every once in a while, and it looks like Jesserine must have been related to this woman that was lost, looking for artifacts with this Jessix, the Black Hands.
I think Alexander would most likely see like a kindred spirit having lost loved ones.
Alexander.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Alexander. You kind of make eye contact, with Jesserine, and she looks at you and stares
You're back.
in her mug. You could make. Do you have an etiquette proficiency at all?
Yes, he does.
Oh, does he really? Oh, he could.
Yes.
He could try to use that to see if he can make a fit in with the Elvish etiquette.
Nope.
Ooh, all right. Alexander, you tried to make a etiquette temperance, but oh yeah, Zakara, you can definitely do that. There is plenty of cank nectar on the canks that as long as Jocus makes an animal handling, you can harvest the nectar and attempt to make some cank mead.
Oh, sweet. I'd like to spend my time doing that then.
All right.
Yeah, I'd definitely help with that because dealing with the animals and shit.
All right. Meanwhile, the haunting voice of Jesserine starts to fill the tent, and everybody goes quiet. And Hakuu, you feel yourself being lamented in because the Elvish language is very visual, and you can almost see it manifesting in your mind. Alexander and the rest of you that don't speak Elven, the song is still extremely haunting, and the music kind of moves you, but you don't get quite the visual effect. You get emotions that come through you. You get hurt and fear and sadness, but to you, Haku, you can hear the actual words, and the words are, "He lives beneath the shifting silt amid the runes and shadows." As she sings, her voice and instrument combine into a haunting, otherworldly melody. He
Before you
showed me
continue,
time.
Warren, I'm gonna sorry, Warren. I'm gonna
Go ahead.
have dinner right now. I'll be back soon. Just text me on Discord and what she said. Okay.
All right, I'll shoot it over to you.
I'll be back within like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay.
All right. Does anybody else speak Elven?
Well, while he's gone, we can do the brewing stuff. That shouldn't
Okay.
take too long.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, animal handling on Jocus first. Hey. Then I make a brewing check.
Just barely.
Oh, there it goes. Ignore the first, or ignore the second one. It lagged. I'm a bit new at this, so it might not be the best batch, but it worked.
All right. Let's see here. Zakara. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who else has brewing?
I think
Bid.
Pid. Pid, you could attempt too to brew the other group.
Yeah.
I help.
All right.
It helped.
I help.
And no.
All right. Pid.
This batch.
And I'm guessing it's
Sorry.
something like
Sweats got
self-hatching.
mixed in.
Pid, you do not assist Zakara at all, but Zakara, you managed to make a whole cask full of Kank ale, and it will be ready, or Kank mead, and it will be ready in a week.
Hey. One trip
I
to the
just
grave.
imagine
Pid, you were attempting to give some pointers and say, no, add this much yeast, and no, put it in the sun for this long. And Zakara just
Here, put this
pointedly,
in. Hold up my roast.
and Zakara
No,
just
put this in.
pointedly Zakara just pointedly ignored you and pretended to do what you said, and then ended up doing his own thing. And in a week from now, Zakara is gonna have Zakara's Kank Ale release number 1. And actually,
Halfling brand cake.
yeah,
Kank ale.
you might be able to trade that, Zakara. That's actually
Yeah,
not a bad.
that's a commodity.
Yeah.
Let us hope we never lose these kanks.
Yeah, let's not make any more trips to the gray. That was
Unless we don't, unless we end up going there by accident again.
Well, this time, next time, now we know when I get the good door or get the bad door, so we can be more careful.
Does anybody speak Elvish besides Hakuu?
Nope.
No.
Azure or
Nope.
oh well, looks like
How many
some of you guys are gonna have to learn some.
I
new
can speak
languages.
How many
Elvis.
proficiency?
Wait,
What
what?
would I
We used to
need
have
for-
2 elves.
Kid, you can speak Elvish?
No, I said I speak Elvis.
Oh, Elvis. I ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Ain't no
Thank you very
one
much.
know.
How many How many proficiency slots would it take to learn Elvish?
You could use 1.
I have 1 unused. I have 1 not used
You
proficiency.
can learn Elvish.
Yeah, you could learn Elvish if you wanted to.
Roger, thank you very
It's
much.
up to you. You have been traveling with an elf pretty much the whole time.
Yep. I'm gonna learn Elvish.
All right. All right. So Alexander, even though you aren't an elf, you start to the words start to speak to you, and you can hear the song of Jesserine, and she sings, "He lives beneath the shifting silt, amid the runes and shadows." As she sings, her voice and instrument combine into a haunting, otherworldly melody. He showed me time and land and war. He let me meet the Ravager. Oh, the Ravager. He is coming to get Jessix for his crimes, to make us pay for murder and treachery. He rises from a silt-filled grave to end this age of dragons. As her voice trails off, she slumps back into the seat on the stage, overcome by seeming madness and exhaustion. So you see her go
Yeah.
limp, Alexander, as you're listening to that song from Jesserine.
Alexander is going to see if she's all right.
All right. You rush up to kind of try prop her head up, and as you hold her head in your strong arms, you can see some of the elves move up to try and step over to stop you. But in the commotion, her eyes open and she stares directly at you, Alexander. Tigistano, you must go to the city by the Silt Sea. With that, she closes her eyes and falls unconscious, and one of the elves rushes up and looks at you with a glare of menacing, Alexander, and takes her and says, "She must rest. We have put too much angst on her already."
You must go to the Dagobah system. There you will find Yoda.
You will find Yoda.
Oh, Alexander is kind of weirded out by
This
what
is
she
the
said.
strangest thing any of you have ever seen, because after Jesserine goes silent and is carried out, the Elf Tavern falls silent, which is probably the only time any of you, even Pid, looks up from his meat sweats and kind of belches. And the laughter and the good cheer have faded, and even the playful banter of the male and female servers stopped for many long moments.
Jocus falls.
Everybody just looks around uncomfortably.
Sorry.
Then a male elf tail singer leaps atop a table. He says, "Ah, please, we must have some more joy and jocularness. Please eat, drink, tip your bartender. Tip me. I
Toss a
shall
coin to
sing
your witcher.
something extremely interesting." And he starts to sing of a tale. "Don't look for cloth from Ram. In our tents tomorrow, salt or silk," he sings suddenly. "House Mekke's caravan won't be arriving in the morning, because last night the traders heard the call. The sun had set, the fires of the camp were blazing, and the twin moons climbed high in the night sky when the voice called to Murtha, captain of the guard. It was not a voice you could hear with your ears, but Murtha heard it anyway. It told him of things the likes of which I've never heard as the camp fell asleep around him. Before the first rays of the crimson sun hit the horizon, Murthic had done as the voice had commanded. He murdered every dun trader and guard in the camp. Then, still carrying his bloody obsidian blade, he sent off towards the ruins by the Silt Sea. So beware the night, my friends, and try not to listen to the caller of the darkness." As his liren strums forward, the elves continue to kind of sway, but the night is much more somber than it was when you originally had arrived in the tent. The only one that feels content is Pid.
Oh, yeah.
Alexander is gonna walk back to the group and hey, Zakara.
Yo,
All right.
Um,
Zakara,
yeah, they saw me go up there and check on her, right?
yeah, they did.
She told me when I went up to go check on her when she passed out, she said to me, "We must go to the city by the Silt Sea." God, I forget the. I am bad with fucking names.
okay, it's not too far to the South Sea.
What's better for you, Alexander, wisdom or intelligence?
Both are equal.
You can make whichever check you want.
All right, what I
Ooh,
miss?
Ooh, Alexander makes it, so I'll send this over to you, Alexander.
All right, what I miss, boys?
Well, Alexander now can speak Elvish, and Pid knows how to speak Elvis.
Summer kisses, winter tears. That is what she said to me.
Group learns Elvis language. Damn.
We need to go to. Told me to go to Guistanel.
Yes, to
That's
now.
the
Guistanel
place we're going now.
is the rumored city. Guistanel.
That is the place that's Gistino.
That I got. The Jazarin passed out while
Jesserin?
at the end of her song. Alexander went to go check to see if she was okay because he's a nice dude.
You want me to
And
help you check on her too?
and she got carried away by people after she told Alexander that he needed to go to Gistanel, the city by the Silt Sea.
Okay. Is that so? Is that the specific place that they were going to go now, or are we just going to stay in this camp a little longer then?
We're probably gonna wait till morning.
All right. Is there any elven ladies that we can all mingle with, Warrant?
Oh, yes, there is, but they are costing some money.
Much.
Well, you'd have to make a haggle or barter check.
All right.
That
All right.
haggle,
All
that
right, boys. Let's see
fraggle.
if I can do this for us.
No.
Oh, damn.
They get more expen. They raise the price.
Yeah, almost doubled.
Oh, damn. Warrant is typing. I wonder what's it gonna be.
I like how Pitt is telling us all of this.
No.
They say Pid can ravage the cheapest out for 2 gold pieces. The rest can go up from there.
Oh.
Damn, guys, I'm
Oh.
sorry. I failed us.
Okay.
I failed
I
you
get to see
guys.
this is the fan service round.
This is the fan service session.
Yeah. We're all getting boned one way or another. If it's not on the battlefield, it is in the sheets.
Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah, actually, you know what? This is a good place to call it because yeah.
Alright.
All right, I'll hit you guys up here. So, Zakara, let's see here. Actually, Zakara, you guys actually hit a fairly large milestone with this one. So,
Damn. Some fat XP. Hopefully.
not for you, Hakuu. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
damn.
Some fat, meaty
Let's see here.
I only get 1.
All right.
Damn.
Jocus got yours. Alexander. Oh, Alexander. Oops. Alexander. Get. All right. Pid gets his too. Let's see here.
10,000, 8,000. So let's see from here.
Let's see. I got Zakara. I got Jocus. I got Hakuu.
Azure.
Alexander. Pid.
funny money.
Azure
Damn,
did.
that's the
I need it. Hold on a second.
143.
Sorry. Azure, I have you on another sheet. I gotta add yours up.
And 8,000.
Let's see. Azure did that.
7,
Did
3.
that. Who did the dimension door?
Azure.
Oh, Azure did that? Okay.
I
Azure.
flew
Alright.
down.
So Azure did the dimension door.
Yeah, he flew down so I could see where to go.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I just did
Yeah.
it so you could save your PSPs for if we needed it. That's mostly
Alright.
where I did it.
Alright, so let me add that to Azure's. There's
I'm-
Azure's.
I'm getting pretty close to leveling, relatively close to leveling my thief up. I just need.
I am 2,000 away from leveling up.
Oh, so close. I was
Good
that close
night,
last time too.
At least it's not like it's just 1 point of
Once
experience
you-
away.
Once you level up, Alexander, you're gonna have to do some blacksmithing checks, and maybe
Yeah.
we're gonna have to seek out some blade lore, because
Yeah,
you're gonna be able to blade.
we need
band
some
a bit better.
specialties.
And Azure, you leveled up last time, right?
Yep.
So that's right, because Jibba, did you look at Jibba? She's got a bit more power now on her attacks.
No, I didn't see if you.
Yeah, she's quite a bit more powerful. So,
Jibba.
Magic bits.
Jocus, you didn't
Yeah, there
level
isn't
up,
much.
did you?
No, I'm a little ways away.
All right, Pika. Well, he might have left. His voice is getting sore.
Yeah, he said goodnight and he got
All
off.
right. All right, sweet.
Oh.
Sweet. Now, let's see here. Next Saturday. We might be able to do next Saturday, but then there might be a couple Saturdays where we aren't on. So,
Ah.
all right. Sound good?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
See if I can make it that one.
All right. I'll catch you guys.